Trying to find a quiet door to go out this morning. Extraordinary weather we're having. Very unpredictable, not making a lot of sense. Let's see if we can go outside and try and figure it out, T-Rex. Out this door. If we can't out this door before. But there it is, Mount Mansfield in the clouds. Nice and quiet here, Rex. I think we can get away with doing the guess cast. Guess what's going to happen in the forecast. Look at that. The sun is actually out right there at the Cliff House up on top of Mount Mansfield. And that's how it was yesterday. Every time the sun came out, it bubbled up another shower, and we had some torrential downpours. At one point yesterday, it was raining so hard with the sun out that it looked like it was snowing, believe it or not. It wasn't snowing. It did get a little cooler. Possible to find a quiet spot, isn't it? T-Rex, want to go this way? Come on. We'll go look at the gondola that goes over Route 108. A lot of traffic on 108. I wanted to walk up toward the notch, but it's just too busy. Too scary, really, with the cars and the motorcycles and everything going by. So how's this for a setting? I see a tree that's turning color over there, so peak foliage in 6 weeks. So today, high pressure, it's 1020 high. It's big, but there are no isobars over New England. So there's no low pressure to cause the air to move, really. Even on the summit of Mount Washington right now, the wind is like 4 miles an hour. And so all that low-level moisture is just stuck here. Even though we have confluence aloft, it's really befuddling. Yes, I'm a befuddled weatherman this morning. There are showers and thunderstorms just east of Boston. The sun is totally out in Connecticut. High pressure's moving in. It should be beautiful weather, but it's not. So we just call the play-by-play. This high goes north of us, scattered shower and a thunderstorm this afternoon. I think the places that have the most sunshine today are the most vulnerable to get showers and thunderstorms. Overall, not a bad day. Kind of chilly here. It feels like it's about 63 degrees. And then the high pressure's right over us tomorrow. The sun's got to come out tomorrow, right? Right? I don't know. The dew point's not really going down. High pressure's here. I don't think it's going to rain, but I'm not sure how much sunshine we're going to have tomorrow. Really have lost my grip on the weather the last couple days. Rex is like, this is not very fun. Where's the grass? It's down there. All right, Rex, we will go down to the grass in just a second. So why don't we just show the upper level flow? A trough lingering here in southeastern Canada and New England. You got the hurricane off to the south. Franklin's going to ramp up, become a major hurricane, send a nice surf and swell our way. And then there's an odd configuration next weekend. Almost looks like a troughing, and then, oh no, wait, that's a ridge. That's a ridge right over New England on Labor Day weekend. So that has to work out, right? I don't know. All the guidance says it's going to be nice next weekend, but that upper level low coming at us and a weird looking ridge and a high pressure system now that looks like it wants to be offshore next Sunday, Monday. It looks like it could be a fudge factor, fudging up our forecast again next weekend. Day by day, this front that's off to the south now, it's going to come back to the north as a warm front on Tuesday. And that's the same time the hurricane's approaching from the south. Yeah, Franklin is ramping up to probably major hurricane status, mostly out over the water. So you get surf and swell up and down the east coast, and hopefully misses Bermuda to the west. Could be trouble for southeastern Canada and Newfoundland. And I mistakenly called what's now Tropical Depression 10. Like I said, it was going to be Katya. I skipped over the I and the J. Idalia is what 10's going to become, and that is serious trouble, it looks like, for Florida, southeastern United States. Anytime there's something down there, we have to watch it. So that could be a fly in the ointment for Labor Day weekend around here. But we're going to have a warm front on the south coast and a cold front in northern New England Tuesday into Wednesday. So there's going to be some more heavy rain. The middle of New England looks driest on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday and Friday, supposedly we're going to get a west wind, start warming things up after a chilly midweek. And next weekend, 80 Now notice the red shaded area here on the 14-day. And the operational number is at the top of the red shade. So there's a good degree of uncertainty next weekend. Yeah, I'm already fast forwarding to Labor Day weekend. And everyone around here is asking me what the winter's going to do. How much snow are we going to get this winter? I said, well, there's plenty of moisture around, but the storm track so far has been favorable for mostly rain events, even if this was in the middle of winter. So that trend continues. And we end up with lots of snow to freezing rain to rain to snow, a lot like the last couple winters. That's a real long-range outlook. The organizers here at the lodge at Spruce Peak did a tremendous job yesterday. There were downpours every other half hour or an hour. They set up this huge tent, place settings for, I think, 205 people. I mean, 4 wine glasses at each setting. A tremendous 5-course meal. It's something, it was sort of like a bucket list thing I didn't know I had on my bucket list. A feat of strength by the organizers here. Taste of New England. And if they can make it through yesterday's weather, they can make it through any weather. Rich Davidson, you know, our friend from wintertime skating here, runs the Zamboni. He was shoveling water uphill yesterday with the vacuum. Always good-spirited, great worker, great guy to know, Rich. Thank you for sharing the video. We're having some fun. I know you were trying to get some work done. I hope I didn't distract you too much, but you pulled it off. It was just fantastic. It did not rain during the event. We were right up there on that patio during the evening. The sun was out. And then right after the dinner ended, it started raining again. It rained really hard in the middle of the night again. But we had that one window where it was just right. So I'll leave you with some highlights. Yesterday, met a lot of interesting people. Learned that the Winooski River flows not to the Connecticut River, but to the Champlain Valley. I had no idea. How can a river go over the Green Mountains? Bob works at the hut up the road here. Explained it to me. So a lot of highlights from yesterday. Talk to you tomorrow. How is that for percolation? Very dry air way up in the sky. A lot of moisture down near the ground. The sun came out for a second, and those are beautiful cumulonimbus or cumulus. I don't feel a raindrop right now, so let's just call them cumulus. Soon to become nimbus. Probably gonna drive us inside for dinner. Waves. It's all about the waves. And that sound. And that scene. Entire state of Vermont is all wet. We're on that State Route 108, which ends here, and now it becomes Scenic Vermont 108. Why do they call it Scenic? Oh, gotcha. No tractor trailers. Can't make it through the hairpin up between the rocks up top. Don't even try. A Volkswagen make it. Look out, there's a bridge right here. It's called Bridge 10. Up to the notch. Intermittent sun and clouds today. I may or may not get a mud bath before this hike is over. Freedom and unity, says the plaque up top. Smuggler's Notch, the southern gateway to Mount Mansfield and Smuggler's Notch is
via Route 100. Once a plank road, the bed for Mount Mansfield Electric Railroad and one of the earliest concrete roads. From the village of Stowe, Route 108 meanders past the base of Mount Mansfield, Vermont's highest peak at 4393, and climbs through Smuggler's Notch, the reputed route for cattle smugglers and hiding place for Lake Champlain pirates. The Big Spring has been popular since the 19th century when its waters were claimed to have curative powers. The caves, which retain ice until July, the ski resort, and the many trails attract hikers and travelers in all seasons. Vermont Division for Historic Preservation, 2005.
Oh, funny. Just the sound of rain. This is called convective percolation. People getting wet. Happens in Vermont every once in a while. Dog doesn't look any worse for the wear, though, does he? I have a feeling we're going to have company now. But it's sunny. How can it be raining? Now, to see a rainbow in the middle of the day, you have to be up in a plane or on the mountaintop because it forms a disk of light And at sunset, that disk gets higher, but during the middle of the day, it gets low. And so you'd only be able to see a rainbow from up there. Up there, they can see a rainbow down here. And there's some foliage. When are we expecting peak color? Oh, wow. Looks like it's snowing. Look it. Looks like it's snowing. It's snowing. Rain just changed to snow. I don't think the heavy stuff's coming in for a while. I'd make a run for it. Ultimately, I think this water is headed for Waterbury, and then maybe, I don't know, the Connecticut River, and then maybe Long Island Sound, then maybe the Atlantic Ocean. Shall we prevent a tiny bit of this from going down to the Atlantic Ocean?
West in Lake Champlain.
Oh, so this water may end up in Lake Champlain.
The area down this where the bridge is on the Long Trail before you get to
Williston?
Campbell Thumb is a water gap.
Is it what?
It's a water gap, which means the water flows in the wrong direction through the mountains.
Uphill?
Well, not uphill, but the Winooski River flows west and starts east of the Green Mountain.
Oh, I gotcha. So somehow it goes over, kinda? It's impossible.
Goes through it.
Goes through it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be looking at a map very soon. So what's the river that floods Waterbury?
That's the Winooski.
That's the Winooski.
Yeah. And you would think it would flow
Toward the Connecticut River.
toward the Connecticut, but it doesn't.
Fascinating. It flows through the Green Mountains over to Lake Champlain?
Yep. See the Winooski?
Wow. So seemingly uphill through the Green Mountains.
But not literally, obviously, because water doesn't run uphill.
Never been in here before. Barnes Camp. If that fireplace could talk. Look at this. A gentleman wearing ties. At the Barnes Camp, which was built in 1911, 1912. Want to see the history of Barnes Camp? Ready? And there it is now. Did you get all that? So the sun just came out for like 5 minutes, dried us off, and you can actually see the rain up there in the notch coming at us. It's going to be pouring again in a few minutes. That's why these guys are smart. They know, putting on the foul weather gear. Would be pumped if this was wintertime. You can see a torrent of rain up there on the notch. Look at it whipping in from the north. So looks like the colder air is starting to come in. It's going to start pouring in a second. They must have somebody that's always watching the radar, because they knew it was going to happen. See, some people are turning around because of the downpour up there. Did you hear that it's going to rain really hard in a second?
Do you want to come with us?
No. Hey, you got T-Rex. What's T-Rex doing in there? Hi, T-Rex.
Well, the driver's getting soaked. Do you want to come in?
Nope, thanks. They decided maybe we'll just let this one go by first. I think that's a good decision. Lasts about 10 minutes probably. Here comes another downpour. It's gonna rain. Well, make room for more water. Hardest working man in Stowe, Vermont. Rich Davidson. Making it good. I think we should just have dinner in our bare feet tonight.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Oh, they're gonna blame the weatherman. Kelly, party of 400. Can I take any one of these seats?
Anyone.
I like the high ground right over here.
You're our most important guest.
I think this is the best seat because it's high right here.
You got it.
What time is dinner? Woo! Not bringing my phone to dinner. 5 o'clock update. Looks beautiful. Moonlit night tonight. Unless it rains again. Or your money back. Talk to you tomorrow.